Have you heard of the term deep work block? This concept was coined by Cal Newport, a renowned author and computer science professor at Georgetown University. A deep work block being professional activity performed in a state of distraction-free concentration that you can push your cognitive capabilities to the limit. These efforts create new value, improve your skill, and are hard to replicate. Why is this concept or practice so important in this modern world? Mainly because the ability to perform deep work is becoming increasingly rare, and exactly at the time where it's becoming increasingly valuable in our economy. Simply because we are being targeted by social media and internet, basically anything with a screen, really. All of these things are like persistently trying to grab and devour our attention, which in turn is making our attention spans actually worse. Distractions are the enemy of deep work. It is difficult to solve complex problems or create new value without having space for undisturbed deep thinking and productivity. Those able to master their productive focus will thrive. This is the simple principle of deep work. So for us to regularly push our cognitive capacities to their limits, or be more creative, think of new ideas, and be motivated in our work, this will come with huge benefits in productivity, creativity, happiness, and adaptability if you can actually get into deep work blocks without being distracted. So here are 5 tips and strategies I use personally for deep work blocks. Obviously, I've researched into it and tried to apply what is the best practices for getting into deep work blocks. So first one is, of course, improving your sleep efficiency. Allowing our minds to rest will improve our ability to work through complex challenges with greater capacity than if we've powered on sleep deprived or tired. Number 2, meditation practice. This helps our ability to think deeply and direct our attention while ignoring distraction, namely other thoughts. Meditation also improves our ability to consciously shift from a high stress state into a more calm, relaxed state, which is better for optimal cognitive function. Number 3, switch off notifications on your phone. Okay, personally, all my notifications are turned off, always. My phone doesn't beep, nothing comes down on the screen, it doesn't ring, doesn't make any sounds or anything like that. I also have do not disturb on all the time. This is just simply so I don't get distracted by anything. I also sometimes toggle airplane mode on if I'm doing some tasks, and this just allows me to have minimal distractions coming through. What you can do now on social media is set time limits and reminders to take a break. So what's really good at the moment, especially on Instagram, you can set a time limit to say, okay, take a break, or set your daily allowance. So mine is set at 10 minutes. Every time I'm on it for more than 10 minutes, it just pops up and it says take a break. And I'm like, okay, shit, let's stop scrolling, or let's actually just defer to something else. Number 4, schedule and time block your sessions for work. This is, of course, means organizing specific time for the task at hand. During this time, only focusing on the priority task. Deep work blocks involve working on a single cognitive demanding task without breaking focus for a prolonged stretch of time, ideally for 60-90 minutes at a time. Some of the most taxing stuff for me is actually programming for clients, because I'm trying to plan out 6 weeks of programming, 12 weeks of programming, having a look at how they might progress over 3 months, 6 months, etc. So it involves making lots of notes, but also adjusting if anything is not going to plan or whatever. So especially with feedbacks, even though I'm feedbacking that session, I'm constantly making notes on how they're doing so I can refer to that later when I program going forwards. So I'd say start with 90 to 120 minutes. I personally can get into this flow state and deep work for 4 to 5 hours. However, this is very mentally fatiguing, and usually by that time I'm pretty tired, so I try to do something totally different. I go train or get outside. So yeah, start with 90 to 120 minutes with a goal to gradually increase the duration and frequency of each session. While this reaps dividends in terms of productivity and satisfaction, it's not exactly easy to do. You can't just sit down and expect to dive into an hour upon hour of focused deep work. As Cal Newport explains, deep work block or deep work is a skill, like playing the guitar, something that you shouldn't expect to be good at straight away, but you will get better if you keep practicing. Number 5, have a shutdown ritual. Rituals help our brains compartmentalize activities around working and also helps us fully like disengage from work. So it can also help you be present in the downtime. I usually take about 15 to 20 minutes at the end of a work block to prioritize tasks for the next one or organize my to-do list going forwards. And if I didn't get through something, I'll push it if I can. And this is good because it doesn't actually like get you overwhelmed with what you're trying to meant to do. And then also you can use that time to reply to any immediate messages or anything like that.